Welcome back to another video. It is Monday the 13th of October. It is week 1 of a new block. I am less than 8 weeks out. We've got 2 4-week blocks until British. It is also my birthday. Not that it's felt like a birthday because I've literally done nothing for my birthday today. It's been a very standard Monday. Mondays are a really busy day for us. Mondays and Tuesdays we don't really get a chance to stop. So we literally planned nothing for my birthday and I've had an incredibly stressful weekend. Well, to be fair, a few weeks, so haven't really felt like celebrating my birthday, but that's fine. It's still been a nice day, and I am making a conscious effort this week to just not take on any extra and just like make time to relax. So that is the plan. It's been a decent day. I am currently full of cold, so that's not great. I had my nails done today. That was one treat for myself. I am full of cold. I woke up, what was it, Saturday, no. Sunday, can't get my days right, full of cold, so that's not ideal. I was really run down the end of last week anyway, which obviously didn't help. And yeah, now like I'm at the tail end, to be fair. Like it's not that bad, it's just a bit of a blocked nose, bit of a like sore throat, get a headache if I don't take tablets for it. But it's all good. I haven't had a cold in a long time, to be fair, so I'm not gonna complain. Like there's a lot of horrible stuff going around right now anyway, and I've kind of avoided the majority of it, and even this isn't that bad. Like it is just from wearing myself down so much from stress. So I am very much going to be, I don't say going to be selfish because it's not selfish, but I am going to be prioritizing myself for the next 8 weeks in terms of like not taking on too much. Like it is literally just gonna be, yeah, being more selective around where I put my energy and my time to prioritize my own health at this point, because I really noticed the last couple of days like my mental health has been in the gutter again, which isn't like me. Like that's quite out of character for me, but I know that I've said that multiple times in this past year, and although I've had a lot of stuff going on this last year, none of it's been overly negative, so I shouldn't be feeling this way. So I'm going to make a very conscious effort now, at least, and obviously long term, that's the plan anyway, but like, until British regardless, like prioritize myself, and yeah, that's the plan. Tomorrow, Tuesday, is going to be a bit of an odd day because I have to take Zuko to the vets. We're getting him neutered, so I have to take him to the vets for 7:30 tomorrow morning, and then I'll literally be coming back and just working until they tell me to go pick him up. But then I've got to train in the evening, and my boyfriend and I normally go to the gym and do accessories together. Like he does my accessories with me as his session. Most of my accessories, to be fair, Lewis has shuffled them around this block. So previously had like an optional accessory day, but we agreed that I could just add bits to each session so I didn't have to go in for a 5th training day. But this block, Lewis has actually put them on the days I've been doing them. So Monday is now bench at home, like my secondary bench day, followed by upper accessories. Tuesday is squats and sumo deadlifts now. It was conventional before. We are officially committing to sumo. It's like a 10 push knee light skill practice day on sumo on a Tuesday, and then it is legs at the gym. Not much, to be fair. I think it's like I've got RDLs here, then I've got leg press, hamstring curl, adductor machine, and then core work. Like it's a pretty nice session on a Tuesday now, whereas before I was doing a lot of my upper body stuff on a Tuesday. But basically, because Zuko's having his surgery tomorrow, one of us is going to have to be here with him like all the time, and basically we've planned it so that I work from home anyway, so I'm going to be at home with him all week this week. My boyfriend's got next week off work anyway because he had some holiday to use up, so it just made sense to time some of it for around when Zuko was going to be recovering, because we don't know how invasive his surgery is going to be because one of his testicles is not there. So essentially I have to go in and find it. It'll be somewhere probably like in his abdomen area, which means that the surgery and the incision site will be bigger than keyhole, which means basically just have to be more careful. Try and keep him calm, which, if you don't know, Zuko is a Siberian Husky. He is 1 year old. He is not calm. But yeah, basically, I'm probably going to be sleeping on the sofa this week because we've kind of decided he's not meant to really jump on sofas or the stairs, but there's not really a way we can avoid him using at least one of those things. So we're probably going to just keep him in the living room with one of us at all times. I say at all times, obviously we'll leave him occasionally during the day and stuff, but like for the most part, we're going to be out. Well, we're not going to leave him home alone. So when I say leave him, we're literally like pop upstairs to the toilet, come back and be with him, or like go to the kitchen and make food or whatever. So I'm probably going to be sleeping on the sofa the rest of this week, because I am the one that works from home. So it's not such a big deal that I don't get quite as good quality sleep. Like my boyfriend is a driver for the most part, so he needs to sleep. So yeah, this week's going to be a little bit odd, but it's week 1. It's fairly light. I mean, I'm not going to go through the full plan. Obviously, you'll see my training stuff this week, but I think we are a little bit more intense with the RPs this block, but it's still week 1, so it's still pretty comfortable and light, so it's not a problem. Nothing should take me too long. So yeah, I'm going to stop talking body weight after being away a bit of last week, plus stress. To be fair, it's very low 87s today and yesterday, so I probably like a little bit of retention still, but I was mid to high 86s before I went away last week, so not too mad at that. I've not really got anything planned in terms of like going out for food for my birthday. Possibly gonna have like a meal out or a takeaway at some point this week, but in all honesty, I'm probably not even gonna have time to do that. So it is what it is. And after, if you've watched my previous videos, I'd had to buy a new car and basically spend all of this money that I've been saving over this last year after an incredibly expensive 18 months is basically gone. So I don't really want to spend any money on anything, even just to take away from my birthday. So I really wanted to get the weight off now and kind of be at a maintenance point in time for my last few weeks into British. So yeah, basically that's all I've got to say. Body weight is 87-ish. Need to get that kilo off, but that's not going to be a problem. And actually, I think a couple days on, like literally a couple more days on these macros, and I think my body weight will be back to where it was in the mid 86s. Just a bit of an adjustment period. Sleep quality has not been amazing. Obviously, stress, being ill, all has an impact. So yes, I think by the end of this week we'll be pretty comfortably in the 86s, unless obviously I end up having meals and stuff out for my birthday, which I don't think we'll be doing because I like to plan in advance and nothing is planned. So anyway, I'll show you my top sets and heavier sets from today. We're now going to be doing, so on this day we've got 3 count triple, we've then got plus 5 kilos for a 3 count single on bench press, like comp bench. And then I've got a set of 6 comp bench, and then I've got 3x7 Larson ascending sets. So we're adding a little bit more comp bench into this day. We're adding an extra set of 6 comp bench, whereas before it would have been 4. I think it was 4x7 Larson last block, but essentially we're going to remove one of those sets of Larson and put another comp bench set in just to get a little bit more skill practice. Still using similar load to what I was for Larson, but obviously it'll feel easier because I've got my feet down, I think is roughly the plan. Potentially push the intensity a little bit, just because that is something I think my bench is lagging at the moment, or lacking, just where my singles and stuff are really heavy last block, just from that lack of intensity, but I didn't need to be super strong last block. So yeah, that's it. Need to stop talking, need to crack on, because it's going to be a late one anyway, because I want to walk Zuko after this, and it is 5:45, and then I've got to go to the gym, so I would like to get some sleep tonight, because I have to be up early to take him tomorrow.
People are nice, but it's only for the tips. The weather's fine, but it's nothing I would miss. My only friends are the ones I left behind. Wish I could see them just for a moment, 'cause I don't know anybody here, it's awfully lonely. I smile, but they just stare, and I see misery everywhere, it's getting to me. I cry, but they don't care. Oh, I'm getting lost in the commotion.
Okay, so bench session complete. Obviously now I've got to go do my accessories. We're going to walk Zuko first though. Very, very happy. Actually, I felt stronger than I expected to, obviously considering I can't express the stress levels I've felt. Like, and obviously I mentioned like my mental health being kind of in the gut. Like yesterday, I had plans to meet up with a friend yesterday. We just went, like, we took Zuko to a park and just kind of hung out for a few hours. Had I not made those plans, and then had she not been like a really easy to hang out with, like, low maintenance friend, I would have 100% cancelled and spent the whole day on the sofa, like under a blanket, just not wanting to move. Like, I got my work done first thing in the morning, but even Saturday night, like, I was working at my desk after getting back from powering through on Saturday until like 8 p.m. Like, I popped out to walk Zuko for like a 45-minute walk about 6 p.m, but I got back from powering through at like 3:30, 4:45, made some lunch, and then I was at my desk from 4 until like 8:30, apart from that one little gap in the middle to walk Zuko, which I don't usually work on a Saturday unless I have to have a call, or like just the easiest time to fit in a call. And then yeah, Sunday I did my like hour and a half, 2 hours of work, because I caught up quite a lot on Saturday. And then yeah, I literally just want to lay in a ball on the sofa and just like lay in the dark with the TV on. Like, that's the mood I've kind of been in. But I'm really glad I went out and met up with my friend. I'm really going to make a conscious effort to plan maybe like one social thing every week to 2 weeks. I would like to say every week, but I know myself and I'm a bit of a hermit, so maybe every 2 weeks. But gonna make a real conscious effort to just hang out with like the friends that really, like, I say all of my friends like help bring me up, and like when you get to the right body age of 27, generally the friends you have are people that are really low maintenance and easy to spend time with anyway, especially like with how busy and stuff I am, and obviously a lot of my friends are as well. Like you can't have those like high maintenance friendships, I guess. And yeah, basically just want to say, considering how I've been feeling, I'm really happy with how the session went, like illness, stress levels, like mindset, everything. Even with how I've been feeling, like my motivation to prove that I am capable of like good in the 500s comfortably total at British, which I've not really said that out loud, I don't think, is like my motivation is high. Like I know the numbers I should be capable of, and obviously you can't ever guarantee a perfect day, but how I felt most of last block until the final week when things caught up with me, I know like she's in there and she's going to come out of British, even if I have to just like force it and like RP 11 every lift, like I'm gonna do it. So that's definitely the mindset I'm kind of in, which is really positive to feel that way when like generally I'm not in the best way. So very happy with that. And to be fair, like I say I'm not in the best way, but I can feel things getting better, and I know what to, like I didn't let myself get to the point of crumbling this time before I took action, I think is probably the important thing to point out. Like I am not letting myself get that bad. So I am actually now actively doing things to make sure that I improve and everything kind of gets better. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Like nothing bad is really going on. Like anything that was causing me a lot of stress is like gone now. Like it's just, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go walk the dog and do my accessories, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for squats and sumo. Okay, so I'm a bit of a mess. It's Tuesday, it is 20 to 6. I'm so exhausted today. I mean, I didn't get to bed until fairly late last night in the end. Very much at that annoying point of a cold now. Like it's not that bad, but I've been sneezing loads today. My throat just feels a bit congested and gross, and I've got a little bit of a headache still, so just taking some paracetamol. It's also quite cold tonight, so I'm actually sitting here pretty cold. I don't even know what the plan is today. I know I've got sumo because we are officially going all in on sumo. I have had not like a stressful day, but Zuko had his surgery today, and he was given a soft suit as part. So he's on like the pet health plan, which means he gets like discount on stuff and like extra perks and stuff. And as part of his surgery, he got a free like soft suit to help him not get the area that obviously has the incision sites. And firstly, he looked really funny in it because obviously he's husky, so his fur's really big, but he's actually quite slim. So when he has it on, he just looks really disproportionate and his head just looks extra big. But of course, Zuko being Zuko, as soon as we got out of the car and I brought him home, he tried to pee up something, and because he was wearing his soft suit, it got covered in pee, so I had to take that off him, wash that. I did ring the vets just to make sure not to do anything and like clean the incision sites or anything, because obviously there was pee on them. But they said no, it should be fine, just wash the suit and get it back on him as soon as you can, or go buy another one. But I just sat with him while I was in the wash and the tumble dryer, and he's got it back on now. But he is just so sweet, and he's like probably feeling sorry for himself. He also was not overly happy at the vets. I think he growled when they tried to go near him after, because obviously he was just so scared. But as soon, I was worried what he was going to be like with me, but literally the second he saw me, his tail started wagging and he came in for like a big hug. So he's okay. He's just feeling sorry for himself. But that all went fine, and thankfully his insurance is paying for it because I cannot afford another bill right now. Also thought my laptop had broken today, so I do most of my coaching work on my computer that I bought when we moved in here, so I could have like my full office setup rather than using my MacBook. And when we lived in the flat, it was about a year after we moved in, so it's probably about 3 years ago now. My MacBook that I had was working fine, and it just suddenly stopped turning on one day. And I took it into the Apple store, and I think they fixed it once or twice, but then it just kept happening, and they were like, no, this is like, you need to get a new laptop. So I bought a new MacBook literally like 3 years ago, and they last, right? And I look after it. I hardly ever use it now. I only ever really use it if I'm going away. I do also do my YouTube videos on there as well, just because it's just easier. And today I went to turn it on, and it just wouldn't turn on for ages. And like I said, I had it on charge to see if that was the problem. Eventually, it did just suddenly start working again. So I'm praying that that's not now on the way out, because I mean, I wouldn't buy a new one for a while, because I can just do my work at home, like that's fine. But obviously, if I ever go anywhere, it's very convenient to have my laptop. So that was another stress that I thought I was going to have to pay for after having to buy a car last week. I also really made my boyfriend laugh yesterday, because I said to him, now I'm 27 years old, like I have not got space for stress, especially in the lead up to British, like I'm just not doing it. And I was like, I'm just not going to get stressed. And he was like, sorry, what do you mean you're just not gonna get stressed? Like, because he always says to me, just like obviously jokingly, he's like, just don't feel that way, just get over it, you'll be fine. And he was like, you're literally telling yourself what I tell you, and you get annoyed with me when I say it, like obviously again sarcastically. And I was like, no, because anything that causes me stress is just gonna be cut out, it's just gonna be gone. Obviously within reason, like there are certain things in life that will always cause stress, but I've been taking on things that I don't need to deal with, and yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. And like time management stuff has been so much better the last week or so. And like I'm just gonna keep that going forwards, and I'm just gonna make sure that I make time for everything I need to be doing and just be a bit more on it with things and less procrastination. Also gonna really try and cut down on my screen time and stuff as well. Because I definitely waste too much of my day on my phone, which is hard because I use my phone for business and for work, but also my computer is what I use for replies anyway. So that side of my business, like the most important part in terms of like actually communicating with my current clients, is fine. And I don't post that much anyway, and there's no reason why I can't post what I want to post and then turn my phone off or like get off my phone. So I'm going to try and do that a bit more as well. I think that'll really help with the stress levels thing. But yeah, I don't think I've got any other updates. I've got squats today. I don't know what else I've got today. I've got sumo today. I think we've cut my accessory volume down on this day quite a lot because it used to be quite a long day and I'd actually kind of dread it a little bit. Let me have a look. I'm so sleepy, guys. I do not want to do this. So on squats, I've got ascending fours into double, where I've got a set of 4 and RP3, an RP4 and RP5, then add 10 kilos for a double, and then I've got 2x6 high bar just at 120. So that is going to be really quick and easy to get through. I think Lewis did say he wants to have more like comp specific work on this day now, because it was tempo squats before, followed by high bar, but so I've got actual just comp squats now. Then I've got really easy sumo, literally 3x4 at 130 tempo to knee, should be absolutely fine. And then before I go to the gym, I've got 2 sets of 8 on RDLs, where it used to be 3 sets of 10. Doing that after conventional was also brutal, but it's literally like RP5 and then RP6, so nice and light on RDLs. Then head to the gym, 3 sets of 10 on leg press, again ascending RPE, which I actually really like because it's like I can kind of warm up as I'm going, so I can just get it done a bit quicker. And then also my hair is such a state. And then hamstring curls, 2 sets, adductor machine, although it is currently broken at the gym. I think it was broken last week and they always, like, it breaks all the time and they take forever to fix it. 3 sets of adductor machine, although Lewis did say if it is broken, like don't even worry about subbing it in because I've got so much accessory volume anyway, like I love my accessories. He wants to start cutting some of that back anyway, and he was like, yeah, there's no point subbing something in if it's not available, just skip that. And then I've also got weighted planks and oblique crunches on the Roman chair, so that won't take me more than like 25 minutes provided I can get on kit. So happy with that once I get there, but I have to actually get into the session now. I will say though, I'm so exhausted, like to the point where I considered messaging Lewis being like, look, can I just do this session tomorrow? Partly because I also want to be with Zuko because he's just so sweet and I just want to sit with him, so I feel really guilty for leaving him all day. Also, working from home without him next to me, so boring. But I know it'll be fine. I need to get done today, and also he's got less energy today because he actually had the surgery today, so it makes more sense for me to leave today and be here with him tomorrow when he's going to be more hyper, so all is fine. Just got to try and keep him calm. So yeah, gonna get this session done. I don't even know what loads I'm gonna do for my squats either. Actually, I haven't even thought about it, so that's good. I should have some kind of idea. So I'm gonna sit and work that out as I warm up, and then I guess I'll show you guys my heavier sets.
City girl.
session done. I feel like the light is just reflecting off my forehead. I'm very out of breath. I've literally just finished my RDLs, and because of my cold, my breathing hasn't been the best. Everything moved really easy. I think I probably undershot pretty much everything, to be honest. Sumo was a set load, so that was always going to move fine. It's just literally like a really light skill practice day. There was talks of putting in block pulls, but I don't have any blocks. I didn't really want to buy any. And Lewis was like, you could definitely make some. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I did say I would buy them if he really wants me to do them, but then we also had the conversation that my biggest issue with sumo is my starting position off the floor. So the idea of block pulls is to essentially get more skill practice without as much strain on the hips, but actually we're just going to do 10 bridge to knee, really light, get that skill practice off the floor. I'm so out of breath. Squats were really comfortable. My top set of 4 at 145, I think I did. Again, it was probably a bit of an undershoot. The goal was an RP5, and it's just really hard to kind of gauge what load to put on. I kind of plan it as if I'm kind of planning for what I want to hit on the final weeks of the block and just kind of work backwards, and that normally equates to roughly the RP target. Because it's week 1 as well, I didn't expect things to feel as amazing, especially with how tired I was and didn't really want to train, and also being ill. But they moved fine. My top set of 4 there, my feet were definitely a little bit too narrow, and my movement pattern was a bit off, but it was still easy and comfortable. And then the 155 went a little bit wider for the double, and that still felt a little bit off. But they moved fine, so I'm not complaining. High bar was nice and comfortable. My quads were on fire by the time I got to high bar though. And then I did my sumo, and my RDLs were also fine. Doing 2 sets of 8 is so much nicer than 3 sets of 10. I literally said to Liz when we started, I was like, I can't. I was like, I can, and I think I will do anything I'm told, like literally anything. If it means I'm going to improve my total, I will do it. Like, I don't care. But I did say to him, when it comes to accessories, something in my brain just shuts off when we get above like 8 reps. Like, I'll do it, but I can push so much more load and so much harder with like the good technique and everything, still the good technique with good technique, until it gets like 8 reps, and then anything above that, it's like my brain's like boring. Obviously, again, I will still do it and I'll force myself to do it. But yeah, so doing 8s for just 2 sets as well, much nicer. Gonna get in, it's literally like, what's the time? 7 p.m. So that was also fairly slow, but I needed to take it slow tonight. I'm gonna go into, literally just going to get ready to go to the gym actually, there's nothing else to really say. Need to do a very brief food shop as well. I might film a full day of eating tomorrow. Possibly Thursday. I think it depends how much Zuko needs me with him, because I don't want to be in the other room filming when he's in the living room bored. I'm so out of breath, but it's fine. But yeah, that was a good session. It's a good week 1. I'm trying to just take it a little bit easy. Normally with week 1, I try and get through it really quickly, just to give me a bit more time outside of the gym. So it's like a little bit of a mental break, but because of being like feeling quite unwell, I'm just letting myself take my time. And because Zuko can't walk now for at least like a week or 2, that's an hour in my day or in my evening back, so it doesn't matter if I'm training a little bit slower or later, because I'm not now, and obviously have to walk in before I then go and do my gym session, so I should still be back by like 8:30, 9ish, including doing the food shop, so we're all good. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Thank you if you've made it to the end, I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.